Now, I have seen pretty much all of this Cinder thing. The documents, the things people are pointing out that might not be as clean as they should be. The only thing I've not seen is, this. And I couldn't find anything except for Tectone. Since I'm not subscribed to Tectone? Did I get unsubscribed? Would? That's a new one. I thought I was subscribed to Tectone. Never mind. Shalili and Bao forced to tears after the Cinder controversy. Yeah, let's just look at this. Yeah, let's go ahead. I might need to... Oh no, Tectone is above, that's fine.
There's a lot of hurt feelings going on in the VTubing space right now. And I believe that when someone is crying, a lot of the truth comes out.
Oh, we're hearing people cry. So if crying makes you uncomfortable right now, if crying makes you uncomfortable, just saying, you know, you can't leave.
Intentionally or unintentionally. And this situation has been very hard for a lot of people to deal with. It has. I'm not going to react to all of this because there's a lot more, and I'm trying to be sensitive of the subject, but I think it's important to kind of showcase.
So it's going to be a react-ception. Me reacting to Tectone, Tectone reacting to Bao and Lily.
Just how much this is hurting everybody. And, you know, a person who I care about quite a lot, Shy Lily, was forced to tears from how awful this whole situation is being. And it kind of breaks my heart that things are getting this bad. Once again, I'm not going to play this whole thing. I just want to say right now, things are very difficult on the Twitter side, the social media side, for all the VTubers involved, for all the people involved, and everything that's going on with the Cinder debacle. It is a shame that no one really got a legitimate apology from Cinder, that she wasn't trying.
The only one that got, in my opinion, got a somewhat legitimate apology was the dude that she sexted when she was with Redacted. That was the only one I feel like, when reading her apology, that gave me the feeling like, yep, she actually means what she says here. Which is weird as hell. Which is weird. That is weird as hell. That you basically give the dude that you used to cheat on your boyfriend with, to, like, you give him a more heartfelt apology than the people that you consider your friends, somebody you're close with. Also, another reason why I don't let people too close to me is because I see this shit all the time. At least for VTubers, which is why I don't only do my own thing most of the time, and I only interact really with like the Christian VTuber space and VTubers that I morally feel like I can align with.
Trying to downplay and divert and scapegoat off to her boyfriend, and I think it's important to showcase.
Another thing that I find hilariously disgusting is everything. I wonder how the dude, genuinely, I wonder how the dude feels. He kind of sucks. But I genuinely wonder how the dude feels. How can you take that? Especially from somebody pretty much that cheated on you. Weird as hell.
Just how bad this really has gotten, to where, you know, VTubers are going live and full tears, breaking down over this situation. So this is going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but I want you guys to understand how emotionally fragile things are right now. And if you guys could do me a personal favor, if you could go support all of the VTubers that have been involved in the situation, Spite, Shy Lily, Bao, Cotton, Nano, I mean, and there's many, many, many more. But right now, a lot of VTubers need y'all's support. A lot of VTubers need y'all's love. So please go over there, show them some appreciation, especially if these clips resonate with you at all, because it does hurt, the feeling of losing a friend. It would be, you know, it would be nice to say that it's just.
Also, fun fact: I can now watch Tectone. I can now watch Tectone on YouTube. And I don't have to go to a shitty platform, which is Twitch. Also, something that's interesting, apparently, Tectone has received from Insider that he's gonna be banned within the month. I don't know how legitimate that is. He said it's very legitimate. I found that weird as hell. All that because he called the fat bitch fat. Consider this. Said how many people avoid Silva because of Cinder. Yeah. Yeah. I just found this entire thing with Silvervale very weird because like Silvervale doesn't want to be friends with you. She still pushes though and is persistent and acts like, oh, we're all like friends, and it's like this weird parasocial uh um rivalry that's not even there because Silvervale does not care, and she handled that really classy.
Just one VTuber that was reduced to tears, but in fact, there's actually two. Yeah, so Gary with a snail says, this bit hit me at my core. I dealt with this countless times through my whole life. Just communicate, man. Don't go to people who care about you, even if it's one-sided. Just talk to them like an adult. Let's just watch this, and I'll try to break it down here, because I know things are getting very muddy with emotions. And by the way, I do want to say, if me posting this content to any VTuber or any content that I've posted is causing any VTuber any harm, please DM me on Twitter. I'm down to remove any type of video that I have. I just thought this was important to showcase and kind of break down and show everybody just how truly
I also find this funny that there's legitimately motherfuckers out there, and I say particularly VTubers, that do have the Hellhound theme that now prey on this situation, which I found very odd. There was also this candle thing, but I felt like there was just lol funny meme, so I don't care really. But yeah, just wanted to say that. Hey dear. Outside of that fan art of both of them, very true.
everybody is hurting. And please, 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 I'm going to include the link to these VTubers in my bio to where you guys can go support them directly next time they go live. But yeah, it's just getting really bad, guys. It's getting.
I think they've done pretty well off of this, to be honest. Shalili has gotten a lot out of it. Bao got a lot out of it, and I think Spite actually grew significantly.
Really bad.
There's nothing more confusing and more painful than see.
I hate girls crying. This hurts. I hate girls crying. I hate that. It just makes me so uncomfortable.
Someone in your friend group be so kind and so warm to everyone around you, and feeling that they have slowly become colder and colder towards you, and not knowing what you did or.
Oh, I can very much understand this. Yeah. I feel that. I feel that. Yep. Yep. I found that really interesting also. Specifically, I don't know how it is in other spaces. Because when I did other content like Monster Hunter, we don't really interact with each other. That doesn't really exist. There's peaceful ignorance is bliss, so to speak. And Pokemon kind of the same, because the Pokemon space kind of barely really existed when I made Pokemon content. And Dokkan doesn't really do anything either here. I have people that was interacting with, and the moment I outgrew them, they either pulled back or I got blocked. Which is like, so as long as I'm on your level, it is totally fine. If I do better than you, I get blocked. What the fuck? No reason as to why that is. Except maybe jealousy. Who knows?
If it's your imagination.
And this is something that I feel like a lot of people have gone through this entire life, where communication is the most important thing. And letting resent build up without proper communication is going to lead to fallouts. And fallouts is going to lead to turmoil, and that's going to be an earthquake amongst everybody, you, that party, and your entire friend group.
Very true. Very true. Because that's why when like, at least, also, I can only really, yeah. That's why I want to oftentimes I want to resolve issues between me and somebody else in the same day. Or as close as I possibly can. Because if that is not fixed, that's why you never go to bed angry. Never. By the way. Never. Because the longer it exists, and the longer that problem persists, it's gonna kind of burn into your mind which is why oftentimes stuff needs to be resolved quickly. I would never cry in front of my community. Yeah, but these are girls. uh, only in Poker's community. If you're about 8 feet a foot, then you cannot be my friend.
As a guy where I've, and obviously my Twitch chat's here, my YouTube chat's here, you guys have seen how many people I attempt to help who stab me in the back.
This is that is ridiculous. Tectone here, bro, helps so many people and gets fucked over so much. It is wild. It is actually wild. It is crazy. I kind of question how this man can even let people still into his life. Like, I would be shut off if that would happen. Not gonna lie. You cry too, Poker? Yeah, but only in crucial moments. Heartbreak or if I really love a game and I finish it, that's a different thing.
I want to remind you guys, this is something that I actually forgot. So first of all, I had dinner with Cinder's manager, with Mythic yesterday. And they reminded me of a lot of things where, I'm not sure if you guys know this, I was actually the one who got Cinder into Mythic. And it kind of fucks me up a lot because getting people into Mythic is a fucking big deal. It makes people a lot of money. It is the greatest ad agency of all time. It's not even close. And this is something that I completely forgot about.
Yeah, I think even Kirsche is with Mythic, if I remember correctly. I'm not big enough to even do such a thing, to be fair. To be fair, if I could get sponsors, I don't get sponsors because I don't even have a business email where people could even reach out to me for sponsors. Also, I'd be kind of scared that if I click a link, I'll just get evaporated.
And I guess I feel somewhat responsible. In case you guys are wondering, Cinder's manager, the collaboration manager, I went to go eat with him. He was the one who messaged Silvervale to perhaps collab with Cinder. I'm sure you guys saw that screenshot. And he's a great guy, by the way. He's a great guy. But I somehow feel responsible knowing that I gave someone such a life-changing opportunity, and somehow maybe I'm at fault for causing the ripple effect.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Because Cinder would have done this regardless. I don't know. What does he mean exactly with that? Like, Cinder blowing up like that and stuff?
Of setting up Cinder for financial success so much.
Oh. I think that has more to do with the VTubers that she surrounded herself with, like Bao, Lily, there's probably others as well. I don't think so.
Maybe it got to her head and she just wanted more and more. And I'm trying very hard not to blame myself, because how could I know? Because it is crazy. Because I mean, I shit you not, like meeting Cinder, she was so fucking nice. But I often have a bad time blaming myself during all these ordeals. But yeah.
But that's usually like this goes, right? The people... Oh, almost nuked my mic. The people that suck, they act nice. And I feel like there's also, now that he mentions that, and specifically the context of VTubers, there is this weird toxic positivity thing, and like, where, how do I put this? We're all the space has like created this idea that we're all like a big family, and like, no, we're not. That's not the case at all. There is no VTubing community. There's a VTubing space. That is the most accurate description. But we're not one big family. That does not work like that. And this just once again proves it again.
It's just difficult, and things are very muddy right now, and that's why everything is very.
This is why something like that, it is a big deal. But the reason why it is so as big as it is because VTubing has this kind of I'm missing the word, like this the idea that we are a big family.
Confusing.
but because everyone loves them, you don't know if you want to say anything. And so you keep it to yourself. And you keep hoping it's your imagination. But then the cruel realization hits that it wasn't. And it's even more worse than you could have ever imagined.
Watching a friend slowly turn to hate you and resent you, and you don't know what they did, you don't know what you did, and it's generally because you didn't do anything. There's a lot of friends that even I've lost where, and I think Bao might be blaming herself right now, and I'll be real, as a guy who often blames myself for a lot of things that I shouldn't have.
I can't relate to Tectone with that. I do give myself the fault for things that I can't even control because I have like this radical responsibility thing. That's just me. I just do that. I have no control over that. I just do it.
Bao, and I think you need to hear this, Cinder never hated you for anything that you did. Cinder hated you for what you had. And I think Cinder's greed to become more consumed her, and she saw anybody with anything more than her as, why do they have this and I don't have this? And I just want Bao to know that you're okay.
Jealousy. Or yeah. However, there's like two forms of jealousy that I see. One jealousy is what Tectone described, which is, you have that, I don't. So how can I It's like this like jealousy where you don't want the other person to have it, so you kind of sabotage them. And there's like a positive version of jealousy, like, how can I get what you have? How can I achieve that? And like, you work on that and you improve yourself without sabotaging somebody else. So you can have it. They don't.
We appreciate you. We love you. Everything's all right. You didn't do anything wrong, and don't beat yourself up too much. Now this next one is from Shy Lily. And this one's going to be so hard. I've never heard... okay. To be fair, I've seen Lily cry once.
To be honest, I don't particularly watch much Shy Lily. The only reason I really know her is because I watched Tectone. That's pretty much it. And probably because of some clips. But that's it.
One time. And that was because she was so excited to meet me in real life, she teared up a little bit, which, by the way, was one of the most wholesome moments of my
That's cute. That's cute.
Entire life. This was like 3 years ago. Yeah. I love this woman. I do. She's amazing. Beautiful on the inside and out. Just an all-around amazing person. And I think what's important is a lot of people saw her crash the fuck out on Cinder. And a lot of people are wondering why that happened. Well, I think this clip, and I'm not going to play all of it, I think this will kind of explain how deeply hurt everybody is from this, because right now there's this narrative going on, and I hope that I'm wrong. I'm usually not wrong. A lot of people are saying, okay, guys, enough's enough. Leave Cinder alone. She doesn't deserve all this. And I feel like if the community starts holding people's hurt emotions against the VTubers, that some VTubers are going to be bullied into apologizing when they really shouldn't. And that's why I kind of want to make this video, is to show how real this is, to show how raw this is, to show how hurt they are, because people are thinking to what they did to how people are acting is disproportionate. It's not. And I'm sorry, guys, it's not.
For me, it's like, I don't even know if Cinder can recover from this. It really depended on the apology. And we all know the apology is horrid. Like, the only one you really addressed was the dude that you cheated on with that you used to cheat on your boyfriend with. That is the only dude I feel like you actually apologized to. And everyone else was like a half-assed apology. There were two ways this could have worked. no apology, or an actual good apology. Not whatever this half-assed thing was. No.
The VTuber circle is so tight-knit, it's so involved that when someone who is so heavily tied with everybody else becomes a bad egg and you realize that every moment that you had meant nothing, it hurts. It sucks. And to weaponize that against the girls is incredibly toxic and incredibly fucked up. We need to understand there are real people behind these VTubers. And I know a lot of people want sunshine, rainbows, and...
To be fair, not a lot of people are going against, like, these girls. At least nobody goes against Bao. The only criticism I've seen of is towards Nanoless and Shy Lily. Because there are people that point out things that are muddy. There's a few videos out there and a few tweets and a few summaries of the docs and a few collections and people were checking, and some things clearly don't line up, particularly the manipulation about Nanoless, or towards Nanoless. No way in hell she can. I think she can, actually, to be honest. Give it a few weeks, months, and people will have forgotten about this. I mean, we literally have predators bouncing back. I think she can, actually, because people will forget. And the VTubing space is pretty good at forgetting. This is why some horrible actors are still around, even though they shouldn't.
Happiness back. But you can't demand that on a whim. You can't demand that out of nowhere. These people are hurt, and they need to get that hurt out, because otherwise it's going to destroy them. So a little bit of understanding would be even better. Now let's keep going here.
Yeah, it is Vuva.
I have met
Vuva.
some incredible friends for
She's so
life
cute.
in this community. For every bad egg there have been 10 much more nice ones who support and love on.
Can we stop saying bad egg? Eggs are great. Eggs are great. Can we stop saying bad egg? Okay, you're giving my community bad PR, Lily. All right, by the way, I do want to go on record.
At this point, not even if she opened an OnlyFans would help her. I feel like she can bounce back. Just give it time. You'll see her again. She'll bounce back. Because that's how social media works.
And Cinder said that she didn't get a proper thank you for her raid because she only said the Pyro Pups. I've been raiding Lily for like 2 years, and she always says Eggy raid. She never says Tectone raid because, get this, that's how you're supposed to greet a raid. So that shit was insane.
Conditionally.
Exactly, like...
Also, I find it just really hilarious that what I've seen about, like, Cinder's past, and I was like, some things are actually kind of scummy, especially, she went after a lady that does ASMR, that did like an ASMR, and it was like Hellhound themed, and she was actually, and her boyfriend as well, actually went after this lady somewhat. Because back then, the good old days of your likes are public.
I know, I'm emotionally too close.
So this jealousy, this protectiveness of her own brand, that is nothing new. We have seen this already, in a way.
To make unbiased statements, but this is not a VTuber thing. This is not a indie thing. This is not a girls thing. This is a person. This does not. People always make this such a...
Side note, and I hate to gush, Shy Lily has my favorite VTuber model of all time.
I agree. Because it's mostly really just... not just because of the looks, it really just is how she moves, right? The way she moves is just like, bro, how do you do this? This model is insane. This is just a crazy model. It is true though. It is a really good model, and she's really good at like movement of that model.
I just love it. It's so perfect. You know what I mean? But her 3D VR chat model, that one is peak. That is the best model of all time.
Bigger picture where they just drag in the whole fucking everything. It's not... It's such a big deal because it's one person, and this isn't the norm. That's why it's a big deal. It's fucked up, but like you have to keep in mind that there's so many people that connected because of this, like, space.
By the way, side note, if you want to get your own V card, use code BALDY for 10% off. You can order them on gamersubs.gg.
They made life.
Cheeky bastard, just plug that in here. I'm gonna say something. I can guarantee you that some of the people that were criticizing Cinder, and this is technically just normal, but I'm still gonna say it. This is pretty obvious. This is like, the grass is actually green, the sky is blue, the fork found in kitchen. The people that were shitting on Cinder, not to absolve Cinder of everything, but there's definitely people that do the exact same shit that Cinder is doing, or was doing. With, like, sabotaging people in their space. This is not the majority, but those people still exist, and I don't think we're done with the drama. There will be more throughout 2025. It's barely May.
Lifelong friends, brother. Like, it's just, you know, you can't replace that because of one bad egg. You can't.
Yeah.
It's crazy to.
Well, who was it on Twitter? Let me check real quick. Who was it on Twitter? Somebody on Twitter. Some VTuber. I don't know who it was. I forgot. But some VTuber said the 90% of the space is like this, and that's why you have no friends in here, and I'm like, that's very blackpilled and over exaggerated. That is not true. Just because you have nobody doesn't mean everybody else doesn't have anybody. I mean, the Christian VTuber space seems to be doing pretty fine. There might be some bad people in there, but that one's doing pretty fine.
To make it seem all just like a blanket. Sorry, I'm so emotional. I can't talk about this unbiased because.
So what she's saying is a lot of people are freaking out on who's real and who's fake in the VTubing scene. And I understand that. Sometimes when people get hurt once, they just don't want to risk it ever again. And they're willing to throw everything away. I'm not going to say who. But I know at least 2 VTubers who have been burned so many times that they're just kind of done with everybody. And it's a shame when 1 bad egg, 2 bad eggs spoil the whole bunch. But it's like even me. I mean, you guys know how many times I've been fucked over. And that never makes me give up on trying to meet new people. Just because Michael and Brandon hurt me doesn't mean that Zarya will. You know what I mean? That was some fucking crazy ass fucking names, but I'm just trying to make sure you guys understand the analogy. That a lot of people are kind of just so fucked up by this because once again, and I mean this genuinely, I am usually not the one to be fooled. Even I did not see this shit with Cinder coming. And I think, as no joke, a top 5 player in North America for Among Us, I think I'm a pretty good read at people.
Is that real? Is he for real with this? Does he actually compare that? Because everything, like, happens in DMs. Like, they don't do it out in the open, right? That's why you don't see it coming. Especially if they're literally at least top 5 indie VTubers. That shouldn't happen. That is of course that comes out of nowhere. That shouldn't happen. You sabotage the competition, even though you're almost pretty much, hello, you're a partial owner of gamer subs. You're pretty much almost #1. Why are you sabotaging people that are equal or lower than you?
That's a real statistic, by the way. 2022, top 5 North America Among Us. Even I got fooled by this shit. So just imagine how, and I'm going to be real, to replace a more severe word, a lot of VTubers in this space, they're just a little bit silly and they're very easy to fuck over. And that's kind of the problem. And so if I didn't see this coming, I don't expect anybody else to see this coming because it was from fucking out of nowhere.
I'm too close to the fucking topic, bro. Like, you know, one nasty egg doesn't make you throw away the whole fucking box of eggs, bro. That's just, you just remove the nasty egg and you're like, ew, what the fuck? You're not gonna never buy eggs ever again just because one of them was rotten at some point. Hell nah.
Some people are doing that with food. They had like one experience with a particular food, for example, as a child, and they're never touching that again. That is a thing that exists. Not gonna lie, that does in fact exist. At least with food. With humans, not so much, but with food, that does exist.
You can't blame the whole egg industry for one rotten egg.
True.
That's crazy.
True.
Suki, hello. Yes, it's Phil. I've met such lovely fucking people, dude.
Also, I have to point this out. When we had the Bow clip playing, I was really like, the music doesn't fit at all. Whoever chose that music, you're a madman.
Yeah.
Saying it's all of those people when I literally have things in this very room. And this room I don't keep any things, but when I literally have things in this very room that is from people I love and support, and I've done the same. Like,
I think the thing that has been the hardest for me in all this is the personal conviction. I've been realizing that as I've been researching and working on things to try content creation, that I've been trying to do and think about what and how others do things. Not about how I want to do things. And I'm realizing the only thing separating me from others is that I do have these ambitions and dreams and desires. I just haven't acted or given into them. I'm hoping I can be better.
Okay. Real quick, if you're not caught up on drama, you're so good. To the people who do know, having ambitions and goals.
I think it's so important to get caught up on this shit because it's heavily affected the entire space so much. I know a lot of people want to not see drama and live in delusion, but I think it's so...
Yeah, we're all such a drama-free... I want to have a drama-free space, and like, we're all such good people. Once again, I gotta bring this up, that the space does have itself given the title of kind of big family. Which just isn't true. Hi Cube, how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Chicken Jockey? I'm more like Google Docky. And like, I'm gonna say this. As much as you don't want to be involved with drama, either drama is gonna get involved with you, or you don't call out back actors when you see them, and it's odd.
Important to get informed on what's going on in the world. Yeah.
And the need for growing and a specific drive to keep up with your peers. All of these things are normal. All of the it's just business. All of these things are normal.
Can somebody make me an "it's just business" emote for whenever I can enable that on 7TV?
What isn't normal is...
True. It's just business. And emote. And in addition to that, we need memes. We do have memes. Google Docky. We had a candle. But I need more.
Putting down others. Sabotaging and manipulating them actively. While on top of that, also playing two sides of the coin at the same time and playing one personality in one regard and another personality in another.
Yeah.
You know, like literally, quite literally.
Using your friends as stepping stones for success and watching them fall into the pit so you can achieve the mountaintop is fucking disgusting behavior.
Kind of, yeah. Because you're using somebody else's resources that they're willingly giving to you.
Really being
do that shit to your enemies. Why the fuck are you doing that to people who you're supposed to love and care about?
Two-faced. It isn't that all of my friends have the same drive. Everyone wants to do as good as whoever. Like when Numi does something that's really successful,
who wouldn't?
Right? you can be happy for her while at the same time getting the energy and drive to also do something as great, fun, and grand as she did. Without feeling malice, jealousy, or the need to put her down. You know, like, you can be excited and happy for someone while at the same time having that be the reason that you also want to give it more. You also, it reawakens your drive to do something and be like, man.
Camilla's a great example of this. Camilla's one of my favorite VTubers, a very good friend of mine. I love her with my whole heart. She's always been good to me. But Camilla did a very good job of showing that you don't need to burn people to get ahead, but she would just befriend everybody, lift everybody else up, and in turn, those same friends would lift her up. And she's had a meteoric rise in the content creation space. I'm going to give her a little plug here real quick.
Yeah. Though I kind of feel like that's, it depends. If you befriend everyone, you may fall into the problem. Well, like, somebody's actually going to fuck you over because you befriend somebody. I think she's probably smart enough to know to recognize when somebody tries to fuck her over. At least I hope so. But I think also this is also something I've seen. People use the word friend way too loosely in general. Just because I've interacted with you once does not mean we're friends.
Great streamer, great content creator. Always got nothing but love for Camilla. You guys might know her as the little imp, the little clown, the stupid baby. I mean, look at this fucking meteoric rise.
Isn't Camilla the one where somebody broke into her house? Or she was, like, stalked and stuff?
Met her in 2022, by the way. Yeah, this is where I met her. I met her when she had about 10, 11 viewers. And I would talk to her late at night in a VR chat world. And I talked to her about, like, how to grow her channel, you know, how to do better, how to be better. And to see where she's at now in 2025,
yeah, she has massively grown. Oh, I think I know who he's talking about. Yeah, I think I know who he's talking about. Yeah, I know. Okay. So we aren't friends. We are friends. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't leave me, dear.
Makes me so fucking proud. Because she is absolutely amazing. And I'll be real. Me and Camilla haven't talked in about 7 months. We haven't. We talked yesterday. And she always apologized, saying she's so bad at getting back to DMs. Here's the thing. It doesn't matter. Some people take that shit way too seriously. You know what I mean? If we were good the last time, we'll be good the next time. Sometimes people don't talk for a long time. I'm going to be real, and I'm going to keep these people's names anonymous. I got reached out to by about 15 people who I admire greatly in the content creation space, who I used to talk to much more frequently. But you have to be understanding in this field. It is so hard to keep up with messages between creators because as a CC, and I'm with no exaggeration, guys, I get around 400 messages a day. And I attempt to respond to at least 5 of them.
It's crazy. Yeah, I know. That guy's busy. I also heard, like, in general, just a lot of people don't really have the time to respond to DMs because they're just full. It's just a lot. I don't get DMs. At least not that many.
But it's hard. It's hard, bro. It's hard. So having understanding, sometimes you got to grind that shit. It is what it is. But if we ever find ourselves in the same area, we'll always be good. But yeah, you don't need to burn bridges to grow bigger. Just be good to those around you, and those that you were good to will be good and turn back to you.
Man, that's so cool. Now I also want to do this, you know? But what you wouldn't do is undermine Numi's success and ideas and everything she's done behind the scenes and sabotaging it so I can do it bigger and better and grander while saving face.
I'm sabotaging deer. I have the perfect idea for content. I'm sabotaging deer. I don't know. This just was not necessary. It just wasn't. You're already at the top. Why do you want to be more on the top? As like the undeniable number one. I just find that weird. Just unnecessary.
In front of her.
Yeah, do this shit to your enemies. I'll be real, there was a streamer called Enviosity that was a massive piece of shit.
Mint Picker! The Mint Picker! Bro was crashing out of being called a Mint Picker.
Right? I fucking hated the guy. So I took his time slot on Twitch and I obliterated this entire content creation channel and I exposed him as a fucking fraud. Right? That makes sense.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Dude, that is evil, but also understandable. That is so hilarious. To summarize again, Enviosity was a piece of shit, so Tectone took over his started streaming at the same time as Enviosity and stole his viewers, which basically nuked this man's career. That is crazy. That is based in a way. That's crazy.
But if I were to go do that to like Sophia or like Laro or Shinya or Gotcha Smack, like what the fuck? It's just a fucking rat ass behavior. Like tearing down your homies is insane. Bro,
that is crazy.
Just find the motherfuckers that you hate and do it to them.
Being happy for her and encouraging her to do these things and being so proud of her while behind her back, sabotaging her at the same time. It is completely normal to have it. Whenever my friends do something, I'm like, fuck, that's so fun. I also want to do this.
Same.
Or something like it. When my friends get a cool...
Yeah, some of my favorite memories were like, oh, dude, Asmon and Emmy are going to play this game. I want to play it too, so we can see who does the best. Like, our Only Up was so fucking fun. And I remember Emmy... this is making me...
I feel like it is okay to have rivalry, right? It is, okay, right? But it has to be a friendly rivalry. Like, you can't have friendly competition, that's totally fine. Just don't do what Cinder did.
Yeah, reminisce. I miss those two so bad, I'm not even gonna fucking lie. I do. I love those two so much. They were so good to me. And I'm trying not to get sad about it. We still talk. We still talk. But don't get me wrong, guys. I do miss steak and eggs. I do. And I've never admitted that publicly. But I do really miss steak and eggs. I miss our weekly talks. And I told them that I wouldn't say that because I don't want anybody to get sad. But I fucking miss that podcast, bro. I love it so much. It was such a good time. It really was. It was such a good fucking time. Those two were some of the best friends I ever had in this space. They were so fucking kind. Legit. But yeah, it hurts. It does hurt.
Cool new model, I'm like, fuck. It's been like 2 years. I also want to have like a cool new thing. I can feel the drive reawaken of wanting to do cool things. I'm like, I also want to do this. When my friends have a cool collab idea, I'm like, fuck. I also want to do this. When my friends play a cool game, I'm like, fuck. I also want to play this. Oh shit, oh god. This topic gives me goosebumps, bro. But like, exactly, I use it to be uplifted by it, to be encouraged and...
Yeah, you get encouraged and inspired by your homies. You don't think, oh, I'll do it better and I'll take...
I do think that sometimes, like, I'll do it better, but not in a way like, not in the way like...
Take all their viewers and then...
Not in the way like, to fuck them over, right? I'll just do it better. I'll improve on the things I think that could be improved.
If they want to get a model, no. Like, what type of Wicked Witch of the West bullshit is that?
I still find that hilarious that Cinder made it so that Bao didn't get her model. So Bao vented in a group chat that the only one who did not say anything was Cinder. I find that so hilarious. Because it's like literally like a secret confession. Also the thumbnails that she made, like, or entitled, is like foreshadowing.
I'm just glad to be surrounded by people that give me the drive, but not taking them down. Exactly, being inspired by them isn't the same as wanting to undermine them. And this is where the big issue comes in place, you know? And it's especially hurtful when some of the people are... It just sucks when someone you really liked and thought was your friend.
Jesus.
And
I wonder what those business meetings will look like, because Cinder is partial owner of Gamer Subs. I wonder what that's going to look like, and Shallily is pretty big with Gamer Subs. I wonder what that looks like.
and then you help them with opportunities, and you platform them. You make them part of companies and other things, and all they have to say is just, oh,
Jesus.
The other partner, you know, it's just... When they see you as something so vile, when part of what they want to one-up you about is something they have because of you.
Jesus Christ.
Essentially, you share your resources, and the person that you share your resources with just backstabs you. That's pretty much what happened here. Also kind of... Isn't that just what happened with Tectone recently and Mr. Pokey? Isn't that similar? I guess not to that heavy degree, but still. I don't think that's a fake cry.
And once again, it's not anything that Lily did. It's just what Lily had. And that's what's so heartbreaking about this.
That just hurts, you know? When you see the way they talk about others that mind their business and stay in their lane, or how they go behind others' backs, contacting companies to steal what... That's what hurts, you know?
Yeah, definitely a feeling that I'm very familiar with. And I think that's a feeling that a lot of people in chat are also familiar with.
She can recover quickly. I cannot do that. If I crash out, I crash out. She can do that, apparently. I cannot. But she's also pretty good at entertaining, so that makes sense.
I don't know how people have the ability to break down like that and regain control so quick. When I lose control, I lose it for so long. So like, the mental fortitude it has to talk about this shit is actually so impressive.
I need like at least 5 to 10 minutes to recover. It depends on what is long. That depends.
Tee. Let's get some sugar in.
There you go.
Oh god. I'm so shaky from haven't had any sugar today.
She should have plugged Gamer Subs here. She should have. Oh, I'm so shaky today because I didn't have any sugar today. By the way, did you know that my Gamer Subs is back in stock again? The blowhole blast. That would have been great.
It's already half 8. Yeah, the ginger shot was tough, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I did a bad job at comprehending chat, but thank you for the hearts. It's really sweet.
Yeah, where the hell are all her super chats and her fucking gifted subs, guys? What the fuck is this bullshit? I don't see any alerts going off, man. Why aren't y'all showering her with your fucking appreciation, man? What the fuck was that? To all you guys there, where the fuck is her 100 gifted, bro? What's going on?
Of you. I don't even have the right to be so upset. I'm just upset for my friends.
You absolutely do. You have every right.
I was good.
It sucks. I would love to fucking do a podcast with her right now, but I'm fucking banned on Twitch. Like, fuck me, bro.
Yeah, he got banned for calling Frogan what Frogan is, which is a fat bitch. Yeah. He got banned for that. And again, he has insider knowledge that says he's going to be banned at the end or like during the month. Who knows?
Like, come on.
Yeah, I'm just passionate for them.
Yeah.
Like that audio you have replaying in your head. Every time you think about the night that was so hard for them. Fuck, man. Oh, that hurts so bad.
Yeah.
Who's cutting onions?
So impressed with her ability to regain control of something so painful. But hopefully this makes it make sense more to you guys of there is no disproportionate response to what has happened in the VTubing space. And all of this animosity, all of this vitriol.
I mean, there is a disproportionate response, right? I feel like some of the, you know, when people were burning merch, I was like, if it's like clothing, just don't burn it. Just give it away to like just put it into one of those containers so it can be reused again for secondhand and stuff. Like little Timmy's not gonna care if there's a disgraced Hellhound VTuber on there. I don't think so.
Is very much deserved. These are real people who really got hurt, and if they can't grieve, they can't heal. So I encourage you guys to be a little bit more understanding if this situation lasts a little bit longer than you're comfortable with. But it's a very real thing, and it needs to be talked about. And please go support the girls that have been affected by this. I appreciate y'all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.
Yep, that's the end. That's what I wanted to see, because I did not see them, yeah, I did not see them crying and their response and that kind of stuff. So yeah, and I couldn't find anything else that I wanted to see. So yeah. I just feel like there's gonna be more to come. I just wonder if Cinder has any proper response to this or not. I guess we'll see.